But yes, do not drive straight up to the opponent with any sort of vehicle, because they will just blow it up with their AT grenade. Now we have 2 of the points, and I don't know how my ally took the middle, but I'm gonna say that my mortar did all the work. And unfortunately this rifleman dies, despite having body armor. So yeah, don't drive straight up to people with AT grenades. They're just gonna do the smart thing and hit you with an AT grenade. So I'm repositioning my mortar, because I figure now's the time to reposition the mortar. We have the middle. I want the mortar to help on the right, and I can stick him behind these barns and he'll still be able to attack the middle. So that's good. And so I'm in a pretty good position considering this Yogg Panther was taken out. I just have to move in with what turns out to be another squad of assault infantry. So I tell them to hop over the fence, and they're not quite smart enough to figure out that they should hop over all the sections of the fence. They all try and hop over that one section of the fence. So that is something I hope they fix. And my mortar is destroyed by an SFH-18. That is a field gun, and that's some dreaded German artillery. So I start spreading my men out. I have these riflemen over here, who I kind of just wanted to provide a base of fire and protect my mortar, but they're spreading out ASAP so that a shell does not land on them. Originally I had them spread out in 2s, but then I realized, no, it's spread out in 1s. And there's that howitzer. We'll get a better look at it in a moment. I consider buying some artillery, and then I'm like, no. Because, you know, he can only fire so often. And I'm like, he'll kill some people, but I can deal with it. And you see how deadly, how brutally deadly my assault infantry are. No losses. He says it's on a weird slope, so yeah, like you can sort of see that little hill L-shaped. He's on the downslope of that, so it's very hard for us to hit him. And man, all my assault infantry get there almost undamaged, and they're hopefully going to hold out against this counter-assault. 2 squads of infantry coming in on them. That's bad, and those are actually stormtroopers, so it's almost an even match. But of course the defender is almost always at an advantage, because he's in a set-up position. He can pick and choose his targets, whereas the attacker has to run up and doesn't get the benefit of the craters, but he does have 2 squads, it looks like, so or maybe just 1 squad split up. So if you can flank and attack from 2 sides, that's good too, because it's harder to bring fire to bear. But you see my 2 little riflemen over on the left are doing some damage, but that's a stormtrooper, and he's tough as nails. And he's 2 of my riflemen versus 1 of him. I figured let's get behind the haystack and heal up, but instead he just like shoots me as I'm running for cover. So that sucked. The MP44, first modern assault rifle, and it's a doozy, I tell you what. But I have managed to hold this point against the stormtrooper onslaught, and until this armored car showed up, things were doing pretty well. I was down to 2 people, but otherwise pretty well. So that guy's dead. 6 ways to Sunday. Got shot by a bunch of bullets and a grenade went in, and unfortunately my AT grenade attempt to kill that armored car fell short, and for some reason this guy is the machine gunner of the squad, which means he only carries 1 AT grenade. Any other assault infantry man would have had enough AT grenades to get another thing off at this armored car, which totally would have died because he's being stupid and driving up close again. But he just got lucky that he was fighting my machine gunner with the Bren machine gun, which is a very good light machine gun in the game. I'm looking over here. Somehow the opponent stole my ally's AT gun, so I pointed out to him, but that's okay. He's got it covered. He sprints in. He does throw an AT grenade, which normally would kill the gun. That's not very good. Obviously, you want to salvage the 17-pounder. Look at that guy fly! But luckily, the 17-pounder is built out of incredibly heavy metal and does not explode, so he can still use that. And you see, I just have some leftover riflemen that I had spread out, and they turn out to be rather useful because they're catching these opponent's infantry that are trying to go on a flank. So I had bought this armored car just as a quick way. The thing is, as easy as it is to kill that little scout car when he drives straight up to my dudes, it's incredibly hard to kill him with infantry, like, assaulting. Because, unfortunately, see, like, I got Panzerfaust, so that's, the Stormtroopers also have Panzerfaust, so you get too close to them, and it's Panzerfaust City, and that's the end of your vehicle. But yeah, it's incredibly difficult to hit one of those assault cars coming up over a flat plane, just because they have a machine gun on top and they're just going to shoot you, and they can just reverse if you get close. If they drive straight at you, not a problem. If you're running straight at them, big problem. So, of course, that's why I bought my little armored car to deal with it, and that worked, but now I'm back at square one, kind of, so I still have to assault. I'm considering buying another armored car just to make the assault much easier. Frankly, anything that doesn't die to small arms fire is going to make the job a lot easier when you're attacking, and so I finally do decide to buy a Tetrarch and a submachine gun squad, because what is a Tetrarch if it is not followed up by infantry? And the answer is nothing useful. Nothing useful at all, and these chickens are not going to shut up. But it is a kind of early warning system, like, You don't need to have people stationed in bushes so much because you can just listen for the because that means there's someone by the barn. But if you don't hear the it means there's probably nobody by the barn. Or they've killed all the chickens, or repositioned the chickens. You can pick up the chickens and throw them and stuff, and they'll be fine. Unlike in Crisis. If you pick anything up in Crisis, it's basically a death sentence for it, because there's a button to put the animal down, like gently, but it's like a obscure button. So basically what happens is you're like playing Crisis, the first level, you drop from a parachute, your parachute doesn't work, but that's okay because you're the main character, so you're not going to die. And you land on a beach, or you land in the water, you swim up in a beach. First thing you see is a turtle, and you're like, oh, a turtle. So you pick up the turtle, and you're like, uh-oh, what did I do? I can't put the turtle down without throwing it. Is it going to kill the turtle? Please don't kill the turtle. And you throw it, and the turtle's dead. And you feel incredibly bad, and you probably slit your wrists and bleed to death in the bathtub. But eventually I did figure out there's a button, I believe, to put something down gently, but that's only after killing countless birds, which I really felt bad about, because birds are awesome. So anyways, here's the assault going on. Basically, I'm using the Tetrarch to pick off people that my infantry identify, and once again, this dude's just driving straight at me, and he's gonna get what is coming to him. And namely what's coming to him is an AT grenade, but no, he doesn't get what's coming to him because he drives slightly off, and so frankly this is just a clusterfuck and everything's not going well, but armored car comes in with the clutch, knocks out the thing. It said crew contused, but I believe it's more or less dead, but not. I thought there's like a guy still inside there, because it doesn't show up as a yellow triangle or anything. And it's not enterable, so I'm just trying to like shoot in with an armor-piercing thing. Hopefully not hit anything valuable, because I want to just kill the dude and take the vehicle for myself. Kind of like if you ever played on MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries, that old game. The idea was you would shoot the enemy mechs in the cockpit and just like kill the dude. Then after the mission was done, you would salvage what was left, and you'd get like lots of salvage because you only killed the cockpit. The mech was just there. Versus if you like trash the mechs, then you're like, you're not going to salvage much. You're going to salvage some ammo, which is nice if you have like clan weapons and you salvage clan ammo. Anyways, there's a Panzer IV over there, so that's bad news, bears. I'm basically telling everybody, that assault that we were going to do, we're actually not going to do the assault, so we're just going to walk backwards if that's going to work for you guys. And they're more than happy to, although these guys did not unfortunately get the memo, and at this point I figure it's a little late, so they're just going to attack, and that's not going to happen. But and then I realized, wait, these are assault infantry, I actually do care about them, their lives do mean something more than just numbers, and so they are going to crawl back very slowly and just hope that the Panzer IV doesn't shoot the crap out of them. And unfortunately I cannot repair the scout car for some reason, but I can repair my little Tetrarch, which is being repaired, and the Daimler armored car, which is being repaired. So that was a very, very important thing to see right there. I completely pulled back my assault. I had a light vehicle and like 2 squads of infantry, and I saw the tank and I just said, no, I'm pulling back. I didn't like run the heck away. I didn't tell everyone like get up and sprint. It wasn't some sort of Dunkirk thing. It was okay guys, we're gonna crawl in the other direction now and try not to crap our pants, and that worked out fine. He could have been more aggressive with his Panzer IV and killed all my people, but we're not going to talk about that. And in fact, being aggressive with his Panzer IV is really not working out for him because he drove up without any infantry support. I run around the barn and throw my AT grenade, and he gets extremely lucky and drives right before I kill him. That would have been amazing, especially because that was a rifleman who had just scavenged an AT grenade from a dead man's body, a dead enemy's body, in fact. So that would have been epic. But all's well that ends well, and I actually don't remember who wins this game, so maybe it's not going to end well. But anyways, that pullback you saw me do was very important because I saved 2 squads of infantry plus that light tank, which would have otherwise died. And now I've brought my 17-pounder AT gun up, and so I can actually take on this tank on my own terms, and I still have a quite sizable force around for when the tank eventually is killed. 17-pounder should have no trouble killing this Panzer IV, and by no trouble I mean the Panzer IV has disappeared into the mists, never to be seen again.